After the fires and the filth of the Hoovervilles, the Joads found a miracle: Weedpatch, a government camp with toilets, showers, and, most importantly, no deputies. For the first time since Oklahoma, they weren't Okies or insects. They were residents. In this small patch of dirt, the law was made by the people, not enforced by a shotgun. It was a sanctuary of order in a state of chaos. There is a profound power in being treated with respect. It changes the way a man stands. At Weedpatch, the Joads remembered what it felt like to have a name that wasn't a curse. They danced, they governed themselves, and they looked after their own. But Steinbeck's dark philosophy warns us: dignity isn't just a comfort. It is a threat. When a man remembers he is a man, he becomes much harder to break, and the owners outside the fence knew it. The local authorities couldn't stand the existence of Weedpatch. A camp where migrants lived in peace was a red infection. They tried to plant provocateurs. They tried to start riots to give themselves an excuse to move in with clubs and gas. They hated the camp because it proved that the monster wasn't necessary. It proved that the only thing keeping the migrants in the mud was the boot on their necks. The camp was a mirror, and the owners hated what they saw in it. But the Joads couldn't stay. There was no work in the sanctuary. To eat, they had to leave the safety of the fence and head back into the hungry world of the great orchards. They left Weedpatch with their heads held high, but with a terrible realization: dignity doesn't fill a stomach. In a land of greed, being a human is a luxury you can rarely afford. They drove out of the gate and back into the shadow of the vintage. Don't look away. Subscribe to The Rendered State for the next story.